You have any question today? It's okay. Anyone can ask. Doesn't cost you any money. When you speak, please speak close to the microphone so your voice could be heard very close.
Hello, Ajahn.
Yeah.
Ajahn, could just was wondering with sending metta. Usually the practice was pouring water. Is that able to transfer our loving kindness when we do that?
No, when you pour water, it's actually sending your merit that you make. Like when you give dana, you have created merit that you can share with the dead, the people who dies. And in order to show how your merit go, they use water as an example. So actually what you share is your thoughts. You don't really need to have the water. Like when you have given dana, then you have this good feeling of happiness. Then you can share this good feeling, this merit, by dedicating mentally in your mind. Say, I wish to offer this gift, this happiness that I have. I like to share with my parents who passed away. Yeah. But for people, they want to see something tangible, so they use this water as an example of their good feeling that they send to the departed. So you can dedicate your merit without you having to use the water. You just dedicate it in your mind. Then it will go to whoever the individual you intended to. If that person is waiting for this merit, then they can benefit from this merit. They can feel happy. It's like giving them food. When you dedicate your merit, it's like giving food to poor people or to beggars. They don't have food. They need your food. They need your happiness. They want you to share your happiness with them. When you send this happiness, then they can become happy just like you.
Thank you, Ajahn.
So Ajahn, would that be rights and ritual?
If you want to talk, you have to use the microphone.
Would that be classified as...
Will you speak close to the microphone?
My voice is very loud.
It's not loud enough.
No. Would that be classified as rites and rituals?
No, it's a form of dedication, sharing your merit. It's not ritual. It's truth. It's real. When you say ritual, you mean it's nothing real. It's just like playing. Ritual has no real value, real benefit, except makes you feel good. That's all. But this you can really make it happen, because there are those spirits who needs your help, needs your merit, and you can share this merit when you make merit. Like when you give dana, when you make dana, you have the result from your dana, which is happiness and contentment. You can share this happiness and contentment with the dead. But you have to dedicate. If you don't, then they cannot receive them. But giving the anumodana is a ritual. It doesn't bear any result. Like when I give you the anumodana, wish you well, whether you're well or not, it's not my wish. It's how you make yourself. I can wish you well, and you can make yourself sick. So this is ritual. But people sometimes like ritual, so we still have this ritual of giving you anumodana. if you translate the word in the Anumodana, it's really a teaching. It's not a blessing. It just teach you how to make yourself happy by giving dana, and then sharing this dana with the people who departed. So you don't need a monk to say Anumodana every time you make dana. You already have the blessing from your action. The blessing comes from your action, not from the monk giving you the blessing. The monk just only teach you how to get this blessing by being charitable, by giving, sharing things that you have for other people, to other people. Okay? Is that all? Send back microphone.
Ajahn, the Chinese does the yearly sort of graveyard.
That's a ritual because it doesn't bear any benefit at all.
Okay, so
If you want to make it beneficial, you should give the food at the graveyard to poor people or give it to the monks,
right.
And then you can then share this merit that you gain from giving food to other people. But if you just put the food in the graveyard and after an hour you take it back and eat it yourself, then it's just playing games, you know. No actual benefit arise. You're not losing anything because you're not giving it away. You bring it back and give it to yourself. It's like take your money from your left pocket and put it back in your right pocket. So there's no benefit from this action. If you want benefit, then you should take the money from your left pocket and give it to somebody else. Then you are sharing, you are giving away your benefit for the benefit of other people. Then you will have a good feeling arise from this action.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. But I think the purpose of gathering around the graveyard is not really for making merit, it's for uniting the family. Because unity is good for the family. Because you need each other. When someone needs somebody's help, then they know. If you don't see each other for a long time, you might not know what happened to your brothers or your sisters. But if you gather once a year, then you ask and see how they are. If they are in need, then you can help them. I think maybe that's the purpose of visiting the graves of your ancestors, to unite the family, to gather family members together, so that they can help each other in time of need. And maybe also to show respect and gratitude to your parents, because without them you could not exist. And you will set up a good example for your children to follow. They will respect you because you respect your parents. They see you respect your parents, they will also respect you. If you don't respect your parents, then they don't respect you. See, so this is a way of teaching people to be grateful and to be respectful to those who give them benefits, help. Okay, enough.
So Ajahn, in the actual fact, in our practice, there should be a balance.
Middle way, see, you have to do all three of them. You have to do dana, you have to do sila, and you have to do pavana. You have to have, like eating food, you have to have complete. You have to have meat, have vegetable, have rice, in order to give the body the nutrition it needs. The mind, just like the body, and it needs these three types of nutrition. It needs dana, it needs sila, and it needs bhavana. in order for it to be strong and healthy and happy. Okay?
Ajahn, on meditation, I find that sometimes the meditation is like the snake and ladder game. One day you go up, the ladder go up so high, so you feel very good. Then another day you come down like a snake back to square one. Is that normal?
For starter, it is normal. It's like a child learning how to walk. He cannot suddenly walk. He has to learn to stand and take a few steps, then fall down again, and then try to stand up and walk again. And as you progress, then you eventually will be walking and not falling down. It's the same way you have to practice. When you first started, things will be like this, up and down, up and down. And this up and down will become less and less as you progress, as you move forward. Eventually you won't come down at all, you'll be going up all the way to Nibbana. But at the beginning, this is the way it works for everybody. Regardless of what you do, when you first start to learn how to do it, you don't become proficient with it right away. You need practice. Practice makes perfect. So you have to keep on practicing meditation every day, more and more and more. Then eventually you will be proficient in your meditation practice. It's like learning how to drive a car. When you first learn how to drive a car, you don't drive it as good as you move forward. The more you drive, the more proficient you will be with your driving. So it's, part of it is how much effort you put in. Today you put in a lot of effort, you get more result. Tomorrow you put less effort, then you get less result. This is cause and effect. This is how the things work according to Buddhism. You have to put in the cause, then the effect will arise. Small cause give you small effect. Big cause give you big effect. There's no magic or miracle. It's a matter of putting in your effort, and has to be the right effort. The wrong effort cannot lead to the right result. It will give you the wrong result. So you have to study what is the right way of doing things in Buddhism. Once you know the right way, then you have to put in your effort to do this right way, and then the right result will appear. If you don't have a teacher, you can be sometimes misled and put in the wrong effort, and the result that you should get will not arise, like peace and happiness. Instead, you get confusion and you get restlessness and agitation. So you need a teacher, an experienced teacher, someone who had already developed his own mind to perfection, like the Buddha and his noble disciple. Then you will not go wrong with them. But if you study or learn from someone who hasn't yet developed themselves, then they can mislead you because they themselves don't know the right way yet. So you need to choose a teacher. If you cannot find a teacher, there is a teacher in the Buddha's teaching. The Buddha said, "My teaching is your teacher. My teaching is me. You can rely on my teaching as your teacher." If you cannot find a live teacher, rely on my teaching, the Dhamma. So you should study the suttas, the discourses of the Buddha, so you know what he teaches. Then you can compare this with other teachers' teaching, whether they're teaching according to the Buddha's teaching or not. If you don't have the Buddha's teaching as the measurement, you might not know whether your teacher is teaching you the right teaching or not. So you need to study the Buddha's teaching first before you take up other teachers' teaching. Then you will know whether he's teaching the right way or not. Because some teacher might not know the right way. but they want to be teacher. And they think they know the right way. And they will teach you the wrong way, thinking that it is the right way. And when you listen and you believe in him, then you will think it is the right way. And then it can take you to nowhere in the end. So you need to study the Buddha's discourses first to have something to measure the other people, the other teachers' teaching. If you don't know whether this teacher's teaching is true or not, is right or not. Any more? Okay.
Ajahn, you encourage to study the sutta, but if we have no knowledge or we don't have the wisdom, even reading through the sutta, how do we get the understanding of what the Buddha is trying to teach?
There are books that will try to explain the suttas. You can read commentary on the suttas, which will expand the meaning of the suttas. So you have to research like any subject. When you study this subject, you have to research for more information.
And then talking about the meditation, because nobody can see our mind, and it's only yourself. So how do we know that we are doing the right thing? Even though we try to get guidance, but it's only your own mind. And how do we know we are on the right track and going the right path?
It's difficult because you might not be able to know whether you're on the right path or not. That's why you need a living, experienced teacher to supplement the Buddha's teaching. Then you will be free. You'll be safe. But if you practice on your own, you could be misguided by your own misinterpretation of the Buddha's teaching. So you need many different things to correct, to confirm that the path that you are going is the right path. One of them is your own feeling. When you practice, do you become more peaceful and calm or not? You are more happy, you have less defilement or not. This is the measurement that you can measure within yourself. If you still have a lot of defilement, if you still break the precept, then you're not going the right way. Ask yourself, you still cling to your possession, or you happy to give it away when you don't need them? This is something that you can measure, whether you are going in the right way or not.
So it's not easy, is it?
Well, if it's easy, then we would all be enlightened already. But it's not impossible. It just takes a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice. You need to become a monk, become a nun, in order to be able to achieve the full result. If you live as a lay person, then you have to share your time with other activities. Then you will not be fully committed to your practice. Then the result will not be full. If you do half of your layman activity, and you do half of the Buddha's activity. And as you see that, as you move forward, you see that the result from the Buddha's teaching is better than the result from what you did as a lay person. Then you might decrease your activity as a lay person and decrease activity more toward the practice of the Buddha's teaching. Then eventually you will be able to transfer completely to practice fully the teachings of the Buddha. It takes development, takes time. So right now, just starting from where you are and try to develop more time, dedicating more time for the practice of the Buddha's teaching, and try to lessen the time you give to your other activities. Like watch less TV, go go to less holiday, go to less party, less shopping, and go to monastery more, meditate more, listen to more Dhamma talks. Then you will then be moving toward the Buddha's goal. You have to transform yourself from a lay person to become an ordained person, like a monk or a nun. Okay? All right. That answer all your questions. Okay, I will then transfer to the Thai.